Welcome to Whispers to My Future Self, where warmth meets wisdom. I'm your host, Courtney Raquel, extending a cozy invitation for you to grab your favorite brew, settle into a comfy spot, and embark on a journey to become the lead character of your story. Join me as we prioritize your happiness and embrace life on your terms without reservation. Hey guys, so I'm a little late posting my episode this week. My weekend got away from me and I didn't want to rush out an episode that I wasn't able to give the time to. But here it is now, and I've started spring cleaning this past week. It's been wonderful. However, it also brought up some deeper questions for me. I truly love going through the house and just parting with things that I don't use anymore. But do you ever struggle with parting with things even after you decide that you're going to get rid of them or donate them? I 100% do. I absolutely love the feeling after getting rid of things, but boy do I struggle sometimes with actually doing it. It's truly a great feeling when you can bring yourself to do it, and spring cleaning obviously is beneficial for the simple fact that it declutters our home. It allows us to organize our space, but it's more than that. I find that spring cleaning is a rejuvenating ritual with so many benefits. Do you guys notice as you declutter your physical space, it also helps declutter your mind, giving you just better mental clarity, allowing us to focus better on tasks and feel more at ease? It 100% allows me to feel just more in control, and it brings peace to me. I find when my space is clean and cozy that I get the feeling everything's okay. It's my safe space. And I recently read that clutter has a direct correlation with your body's primary stress hormone. It's shown that women with tidy homes have better moods and a significant reduction in cortisol, which is the stress hormone, than those women with cluttered homes. Higher levels of cortisol also put us at risk for anxiety, depression, sleep problems, and more. So let's get to spring cleaning. Out with the old, in with the new. Let's make space to attract what we are aligning with now. I saw this quote last week at my local coffee shop. It said, "Collect memories, not things." And I absolutely love this. My life has changed a lot since moving down to the beach, and I realized a lot of my hobbies and possessions I just don't use anymore. Initially, this made me feel guilty and bad. Here I have all these things and I'm not even using them. And it began to stress me out, and it stirred deeper questions inside myself. Am I not making something of myself anymore? Who am I if I'm not making crafts or focusing on photography? What do I bring to the world? What's my purpose? I began to reflect on these thoughts and feelings that came with it. As I realized why I was having these negative feelings and questions, it helped me realize there was nothing wrong with growing out of things. It was easier for me then to release the resistance to part with these things. Instead of feeling bad and guilty, I felt excited because I realized I'm setting the tone for a fresh start of my life down here. If you guys are like me and struggle with this, here are some of the reasons you may feel overwhelmed or resistant to parting with our possessions and how you can move past them. So first is when we have an emotional attachment to our possessions, it causes it to be difficult to part with them. Or say we believe it represents a version of ourselves that we were at one point or aspired to be. This is a very common rationalization for holding on to things. We often find it difficult to part with items because they hold memories or represent aspects of our past self. This can show in different ways. For example, I haven't worn a huge bulk of my clothes, so I thought I'll go through them, and anything that I don't wear, I'll get rid of. And as I started pulling the outfits out, I was like, oh, this is cute. Maybe I'll keep it. If I lose X amount of weight, I can wear this outfit again. I had to stop myself because I thought, no, you haven't worn this for a year. So to me, I've gone through a full year of seasons and holidays and I haven't worn it. So it's time to donate it. I suggest you make a rule for yourself when doing this. If you haven't worn or used an item in X amount of time, that you're going to get rid of it. And I have to tell you guys, I did indeed go through my closet and I donated all the clothes that I don't wear anymore, and it freed up so much space, and it felt so good just to cleanse myself of things that I'm not currently using. Another thing is it could have sentimental meaning to you. So take a minute to evaluate for yourself Is this item practical in your life now? Is it necessary to keep? Do you truly get any use out of it? Or is it just sitting in a box tucked away and you never have even pulled it out? I say if that's the case, you could take a picture of it and then you can let it go. You've got the picture to hold the memory, but you can also give yourself some more space. And have you ever noticed how our belongings can become intertwined with our sense of identity? This one was a little new to me. Usually I'm just afraid if I get rid of something that I'll wish I had it later. But as I moved into my guest bedroom, which is full of my craft stuff and other hobbies, I began reflecting on past purchases and hobbies I've had. As I stood there, realizing it's been over a year that I've lived here and I rarely come in and use any of this stuff, I started thinking to myself, why don't I use this anymore? What am I actually doing with my time? Why is it so easy for me to say, grab a book and read, or watch a TV show, or just sit outside and listen to music? Why isn't it as easy and natural anymore for me to come in here and start crafting? What about my expensive camera that I have? I never use it anymore. And I thought to myself, well, if you don't use it, then maybe you should get rid of it. As I processed that thought, I felt this weird disappointment, like I was losing a part of me. This is when I noticed I've let things and activities shape my self-perception. And this was a little hard to digest at first because I thought, well, who am I without photography or without doing crafting? What's my purpose? What do I have to show? And there was a feeling of discomfort. I went from spring cleaning to questioning my life choices. It was quite a turn of events. Have you guys ever experienced this when you're looking through your things and you realize hobbies that you used to love, you don't anymore? Did it make you feel bad because now you barely touch it? I feel like sometimes it's almost like you're losing a part of yourself, and change can be hard to process. Or maybe you've bought something with the intent to use it and you never did. Has that happened? Does it make you feel any certain negative way? I started seeking for a way to stop these negative feelings. And here's what I decided. And I suggest for you too, if you feel this way, that it might help you. So some items no longer align with who I am or what I want from life. And that's completely okay. When we surround ourselves with clutter and possessions that are no longer serving us, it will just lead to feeling overwhelmed. So by letting go of these items that are no longer necessary, we're creating a space of clarity and a sense of calm. There's no reason to feel bad about this. We don't have to have the same interests or desires through our life. So as I sat in the uncomfortable feeling of acknowledging a lot of things in my craft room no longer served me, I realized I'm just a different person here. I'm different than I was prior to living in North Carolina. Before, I was searching for something to fill the void in me. I would throw myself into a lot of different things and activities in effort to try to find how to be fully happy. But all of the materialistic things I bought, the hobbies that I tried, it didn't fully fill that void. And that wasn't what I needed. Now that I live here, I notice I enjoy making memories more than possessing things or filling my life with hobbies that don't fully bring me happiness. I used to buy a lot of different things to try to occupy my time, but it's such a beautiful area here, and I'm just so happy to be living life and being surrounded by everyday beauty of nature that I don't need all those extra things. This is an opportunity for me to reflect and ask the questions, what do I truly enjoy now? Who am I? Remind myself that it's okay if I don't have as many things to show for my time. Maybe I'm at a point in my life where I just have more memories instead. Now, don't get me wrong, I still love shopping. I love it. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I love buying things to decorate my home and making it super cozy. But I did realize that I want to live a simpler life, less things, and that's more than okay. Life doesn't always have to be a grand production. I've been really enjoying slowing down more and being present in life. Sometimes less is more. And for me, this looks like sitting on the beach with a good book, grilling out and having picnics with my boyfriend, my weekly coffee dates with my friend, kayaking, nights on the pier, live music by the water, enjoying my house, and just walking around the local towns, checking out the unique shops and getting some delicious food. I've noticed what truly brings me happiness right now is just living. just having experiences. And I don't need to keep all these things from my past anymore. So never feel guilty, though, about what you've bought, thinking you wasted the money if you turn around and you donate the items or sell them. Don't feel that way. There's nothing wrong with trying new things and trying to find something that lights you up. And if you get something and you find it's not for you, that's completely okay. Go ahead and sell it or donate it to someone who really needs it. What I told myself is, and I'll tell you this too, embrace the change. It's okay to outgrow hobbies or possessions. It's important to make space for things that truly bring us joy and align with our current interests and values. The last discovery I made while addressing my hesitancy with clearing out some of my things was my scarcity mindset. This is a popular mindset that many of us identify with without even realizing we're doing it. This mindset revolves around the belief that items, whether they are physical objects, money, time, or even opportunities, are limited and must be hoarded or preserved for future. When it comes to possessions, this mindset can lead to a cluttered lifestyle. This fear drives us to hold on to possessions even though we no longer need or use them, just out of the belief that we might need them in the future. And I don't know about you, but I started to feel bad about being in possession of things I don't use. It puts the pressure on me that, well, you better start using them, you have them. When I realized I was living in a mindset of scarcity by being afraid of cleaning out things I didn't use anymore, it immediately made my hesitancy of getting rid of things go away, because I don't want to live in a scarcity mindset. I don't want to hold on to things and clutter my space because I'm worried about what if I need it later. If I need it later, I can just buy it again. And I promise you, if you let go of this feeling of scarcity, you will attract more of what you need and want when you need it. Remind yourself that you can always acquire these items again if needed. If you let go of the possessions that you don't need, it'll allow you to live more freely. So if you have a scarcity mindset, you may also feel that your possessions provide a sense of security and stability. You might associate certain items with comfort or safety. This could lead you to hold on to those items as a form of an emotional security blanket. Or maybe you feel the pressure to accumulate and hold on to possessions as a measure of your worth or social standing. If this is you, let's break free from the scarcity mindset. We need to shift your perspective and be willing to challenge your deeply ingrained beliefs about scarcity and abundance. What I recommend is allow yourself to feel gratitude for what you have and focus on experiences in life rather than possessions. This will help you cultivate a mindset of abundance and empower yourself to create a space for what truly matters and live more intentionally. So donate those items. Let someone who needs them have them. Giving is the most powerful gesture when we trust that we live in an abundant universe. It allows ourselves to give, and in return, it'll put ourselves in a position to receive more. So let's start spring cleaning. Turn on some music, open the windows, grab your favorite drink, and start cleaning out your space. Let's embrace change and make space for what aligns with you now. Let go of any possessions that don't serve you. Don't get overwhelmed by the spring cleaning. Instead, look at this as an opportunity for self-discovery and growth. Just do it. All the extra makeup products you have that you bought and didn't end up liking, all the random gifts people gave you that you don't use, all the decorations you used to love but outgrew and bought new ones, all the clothes that don't fit you anymore. Donate it, sell it, just get it out of your space. You don't need to hold on to this stuff. All the items that you may use one day for those one situations that may come up, get rid of it. I promise you, you will feel so much better having less clutter and just letting go of holding on to things that you don't really want to use. Stop keeping stuff shoved in drawers and closets that make you feel pressured to use it each time you see it. Because the reality is, for whatever reason, you don't want to use it or you would be using it. I hope this episode sparked something in you to do your own spring cleaning or helped you if you are struggling with clearing things out of your house. I know you'll feel so much better once you follow through and do it. It's such a freeing feeling. I would love to hear if you've done it and how it went. You can find me on Instagram at Whispers to My Future Self. And please message me, let me know how it went. And let me know if there's any topics you'd love to hear more on. Of course, if you can follow or leave a review and share with anyone that you believe would like my podcast. That really helps me find new listeners. And that's it, guys. I hope you have a great week, and I will talk to you next Monday.